America with the messenger of Third Eye Knowledge. Thought I would come on for a quick morning consciousness. I was curious about this article that's flying around social media about what the hell is wrong with you Americans, and I think it needs to be brought up. There's a large portion in this country that is very selfish, and that is Trump supporters and anybody that's easily manipulated by media and politics. You want to talk about jobs, you want to talk about how America really isn't prospering. And the big problem is with Americans, nobody's stopping to think. Well, I know what you may be thinking at this point. Oh, well, how do we find time to stop and think? Yada, yada, yada. Well, you're going to have to. Let's just get this COVID thing out of the way with the president. He's not sick. He's not sick. Even though a lot of the stuff is asymptomatic, anybody who is really sick with COVID will not be all over the media. Sorry. If I'm a leader of a country and I'm sick, I'm going to be honest with the American people. I'm going to put out a bulletin or some kind of an op-ed to let my people know how their leader is doing. And that's that. See, because some of us can actually fathom long-term outcomes. I'm going to go all over the media on behalf of the American people as your leader and wave at the audience and put my people that are protecting me in harm's way. I'm not a leader. I'm a selfish bigot and a fascist and a dictator. What's wrong with a good amount of Americans right now is that we are allowing way too much media coverage on stupid people. Easily manipulated, easily influenced by anything that looks like power, opportunity, and promise. And these are the same type of people that won't pick up an ounce of initiative to sustain themselves. And if they did, we would not have Trump for 4 more years, and would not have had Trump for the 4 years that we have had Trump. Let's cut through the bullshit as we always do at the desk of Third Eye and get to the real problem. The real problem is a corrupt government, corrupted media, and people that we should not be giving any coverage or any allowance to vote, because they're not thinking on behalf of the country's benefit. As in, my decision for who I want to lead my country, you have to put the whole country in your decision. Because again, the decision is bigger than the person voting. Because this is going to impact an entire mass of people. But see, nobody wants to hear that. None of you want to hear that. You want to hear, oh, put the coal jobs because we don't have any jobs. No, we don't put the coal jobs back in the plants back up in this country, because in about 10 years we're not going to be able to breathe in this country to begin with, because we are polluting the fuck out of it and not paying attention to the ecosystem in which is around our country and the rest of the world. That's the issue. Nobody's hearing it. The biggest issue. Everybody wants to have an opinion. Everybody must have the other person think in that form of that person, because we don't have opportunity, opinion, and respect for another opinion, or look into or even think that maybe a better response from a person, if you will. I say that President Trump sucks. 90% of the country thinks President Trump sucks. President Trump sucks. The Republican Party is corrupted. It needs to be shut down. Every one of them need to be fired and replaced immediately on behalf of the American voice. 90% of the country agrees with that. That is the better option. That's what's wrong with America today. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. We're not a country. We're a dictatorship. And a lousy dictatorship at that. We can't even get dictatorship right. If somebody's going to go all in on dictatorship, go all in on dictatorship. Because 4 years ago, the country didn't want to listen. The country wanted to think for themselves, the individual, without thinking of the rest of the country. Let's talk about what's wrong with America today. Fuck all that. That's what's wrong with the country. How is it that this country does not realize that shit is that bad? We can't even get dying right. Because we can't be honest enough to tell another person how they died. No, we gotta have the CDC cover that up. And do a lousy job at that. Because we have lousy leadership. Funny opinion, at one time we had politicians that were somewhat okay because they could lie correctly. It's sad. But you Trump supporters are fucking stupid. You should not be getting the media coverage that you get. You're fucking up the entire program. Because you're selfish bigots who don't know or don't want to live in the real world. That's what's wrong with America. Let's cut through the fucking shit and get to the real of it. Everybody on, oh, that's not right. You a communist, you're a centrist, you're Antifa, you're QAnon. No, I'm right. I'm right. Because I know I'm right. Because the rest of the country is thinking the same thing.